Wild honesty. It is actually, just maybe we should throw that in there. We have played this, not the New Year's pack, but just the normal Wild Honesty. It's actually a really good game if you want to get talking with like a group of friends and get to know each other better and sort of grow a little closer.
It really is. I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah.
I love these party games where you like get to have real conversations.
Yeah, we had a really good round of this when we played it just casual.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hello you, and welcome to some Kind of Fox content, and Happy New Year! Well, not yet, but we're pretty close. Before I move on, I want to introduce my co-host for today. It is the well-known person on the channel, that is the Rela. Hello.
Hello, Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. Hi there. Just a short little editor note here, because this video is gonna be a little funky. I wanted to make an episode where you, as the viewer, got to know Phoenix rather than the Fox, and sort of talk about the year I've had going back and looking at it from this point in time, and also go over some of the future for the channel. Now, initially, we had planned on playing Wild Honesty and letting the questions and answers take us there. But editing it, I don't really feel like most of the questions pertain to that. So this video is gonna be heavily edited, and I am gonna jump in from time to time to either clarify some stuff or further elaborate on it, or to just say some things that I didn't get to say while playing. Now, we had a really fun time playing, don't get me wrong, but it never really got to where I wanted it to go in terms of this episode. So that is why I'm doing it like this. I just wanted to make an episode ending the year where I am me instead of being kind of foxed. So this one is gonna be a little more up close and personal, and I hope you enjoy this. This episode is gonna be a little different because it may not be as kind of foxed as it is kind of Phoenix, because this episode is gonna be a little more open and honest and bring out a little more of the person behind the fox, because I just feel like the channel is at a point, and we are at a point where I feel like that is where we are. So today we are playing a game called Wild Honesty, and it's a game where you are given some questions and then you will answer them in earnest. And that's why I brought Rela along, because Rela will ask me the questions and then I will answer them. And it's gonna be regarding the New Year's. I don't know what kind of questions are gonna come up, if it's only gonna be about the new year, or it is also about the year past, because I have had probably the most insane roller coaster of emotions year of my life. So I also kind of wanted to talk about that, just to sort of round up the year and get ready for a new one. And we have new arts and stuff on the channel, so why not go with it?
Absolutely.
And yeah, this is just gonna be a little more open and honest, and a little more Phoenix rather than the Fox. So
yeah.
Are you ready to head in, Rela?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I am ready. All players ready, begin.
So you're in for a deep, personal, intimate, parasocial relationship with your viewers, right?
This is gonna be probably the most personal episode you guys are ever gonna watch with on this channel.
Oh my.
Okay. Oh yeah, and I forgot that we have these animal sounds we have to do.
Okay, I have to guess the sound?
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess this one we'll have to go back and forth with, because I have the answer, but
right.
Can you guess this animal?
Okay. Oh. It could be like a... Oh god.
No, it's not God.
No, it's not God. damn it! It could be. Oh my god, I don't know what the name of that category of animals is in English. The ones with like rabbits and the gerbils, like with the teeth
rodents?
and the rodents. Thank you. It could be some kind of rodent.
It is.
Could be some kind of. It is.
It is some kind of rodent.
Okay. Is it a mouse?
Pretty close. Because the answer is a rat.
Oh, that was close. Okay.
That was pretty close. Why can I not reveal answers to other? Do you see it?
No, it just says the answer is.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it knows that I answered wrong and it's not going to give me the satisfaction.
Okay, well, we are into the fun part, what we all came here to do. So I'll just sit back and being asked questions now.
Yeah, so this is almost like an interview.
Yeah.
That's fun. So Phoenix, what's something you're excited about for the near future?
Okay, so near future. Let's say that counts for the next year.
Yeah, sure.
What's something I'm excited about? Well, there has been some people or a person introduced into my life. I think we'll get to that in another question, so I'm not going to say too much about it in this one. But there is a person who has been introduced into my life that I hope to see at some point during the next year. And other than that, I hope to sort of stabilize the channel somewhat. We just did some more art updates, and I feel like we're going in the right direction. So I think for this one, meeting that person and getting the channel sort of on track.
Can I ask a follow-up question, or how is the rules for that?
Absolutely.
I was just interested in, is there anything that you're excited about regarding the channel for the near future?
I mean, it's just that I feel like the art update and especially the content, I feel like the content has really stepped up a bit as opposed to a year ago. I feel like the content and the editing has become a lot better. It's not perfect yet, but I just feel like it's a lot more, I don't want to say professional, that sounds so arrogant, but I feel like we have found our stride and we have sort of found our flow. So in regards, I hope to, I don't know if we'll have done that by this point. We're recording this early November, so there's still a couple of months left of the year, but maybe get over 100. This happened on December 2nd. I remember I was at work and suddenly my phone beeped and it was a mail from YouTube saying something like, "Congrats on the 100. And I know 100 subs is nothing in terms of YouTube. It's a fart in a hurricane. But for me personally, it was so crazy. Even though I'm not really doing this for subs or views, that's not really important to me. Hitting 100 was still something special to me. I talk a little more about it during the game, but I never had imagined that this would be anything for anyone. So reaching 100 was a little incomprehensible to me. I still remember specific parts in the channel's growth where I thought, okay, wow, where did this come from? I think the first time was like at 11 or 12 subs, then at 34, and then at around 77. It was crazy to me seeing that someone else also enjoyed watching. But really, even though I talk about subs here, the subs and the views are not really that important to me. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it would be so cool if YouTube could be like a daytime job for me, but I know that's never gonna happen. So I don't really care that much about how many subs or how many views I get. The reason I do this is simply because I enjoy it a lot. And I think it's funny sitting and watching the videos afterwards, because you sort of look at it in a different perspective when you are not actually playing. So I get such a fun time out of doing it. And the fact that there are other people out there who also enjoys watching, it is just like, oh my god, it is so amazing to me. And I want to thank 3 of you personally, which is Pickhaver, Kirk and Aaron, for coming back and watching the videos and especially commenting on them, because that is what I really care most about doing this. I mean, subs are great, views are cool, yada yada yada, but what I want the most is a community. People who stick to the channel, who comments, who, well, without sounding pretentious, finds a small home almost in the channel. People who enjoy watching the content in the same way that I do. Enjoy what I create and maybe even enjoy me as a creator. That is what I want the most out of this YouTube thingy here. And that is why I wanted to thank you 3 especially. Because you are the epitome of what I am looking for doing YouTube. Because to be honest, when I started this YouTube channel, I would never dream of like going above 100. I was surprised when we hit like 12. So going over 100, that would be insane.
Yeah.
But I honestly feel like the content that we are putting out now is a lot better and more, well, sorry for lack of better terms, but a lot more professional than when I started. So I'm excited to share that with you guys.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
If you had one wish for the new year, what would it be?
It would either be some sort of stability, because especially with the year I've had, it has been all over the place. So I would like a year where I just felt like I could just go a little bit with the flow, or at least feel a little bit secure with the situation I'm in. Because that's a feeling I haven't had throughout this fucking year. My god, it has been insane. Either that, or that I get a little more comfortable with myself in a lot of regards. I have a lot of fears and a lot of doubts and a lot of... I'm not good at just enjoying the moment. It's like my mind is always around the corner being like, oh, you should see what's coming up, it's bad. So I always fear and I always doubt. So maybe my wish is to be a little more in just the moment and just being able to enjoy what today has to offer, rather than being worried about what tomorrow might bring. So
yeah,
so I think stability, both in terms of like life itself, but also my mind. That would be my
good
wish.
resolution.
Yeah.
What will you leave behind, and what will you make space for?
Okay, that's actually a good one. I think what I'll try to leave behind is that fear and that doubt I was talking about earlier. I want to head into the next year and be a little more secure of myself. And like with you and the person that was introduced into my life, I feel like that's sort of on its way. I feel like I'm getting myself more in shape in terms of like the direction of my life and the state of my mind. What will I make space for? I think more moments of just enjoyment. I want to try to make space for me actually living life, doing something that I will appreciate either in that moment or in the future.
How do you hope next year will be different from last year?
Okay, that is actually, we can take the 2022 with this one, because
yeah,
I hope to have a little more stability and a little more, it sounds wrong, but participation in my own life in the next year. I hope to be a little more in control, because I feel like 2022, as I said in the beginning, has been such a roller coaster year for me that I almost felt like throughout the year I was just a spectator of my own life. And even though, I mean, that was actually sort of unpleasant at times, feeling like everything is happening and I have no say in it. I have no control over it.
It sounds unpleasant.
Yeah, because 2022, what a fucking year I've had. Let's just go through it, and this is the part where I'm going to be fully open about what has happened in my life. Let's go back to January 2022. I finally, after 4 years wait, get my internship. You know what I'm talking about, because we went to the same school. To complete that degree or that school, you have to get an internship. You can't just like do that through school. You have to go out to an actual workplace. And Denmark is a small country, and there's a lot of people that wants to do this. So getting an internship is really hard. Especially for someone like me, because I am a bit older. And I think most places want someone who's young, who the place can still shape in some sort of way.
Yeah, and I think there's also like a monetary difference.
Absolutely,
for the internship place.
When I think it's when you're above 25, you have to have full salary. So in order to also save money, most places will go for someone who is younger. So I already had the odds against me, and I went 4 years after doing the initial run at the school, from where after you have to get the internship. I spent 4 years just searching, applying, hoping, dreaming. And after 4 years, I finally found a place who took me in. And I was so stoked about it, because for me, this was my life finally falling into place, finally getting in order, because now I had the internship that would lead to a job, that would lead to financial stability, and then like that would just, now my life had found its path. So I was flying so high, like I was so happy. Skip forward 3 months. In March of 2022, I have to cancel that internship because I got really sick. Like I had to go to multiple doctors. I'm not going to go into details what it was, but I was so sick. And there were also a few things with the internship that wasn't what they were supposed to be, but out of respect for the people and the place itself, I'm not going to go into details about that either. But the thing is, I had to quit. I had to stop the internship, which was just, I was so distraught and bummed out about that, because this was basically my future just going down the drain. All that happiness I had from January turned into a real big sadness in March, when everything I had worked for, everything I've hoped for, just poof, and it was gone. And I think with me quitting that internship, also it was me quitting that dream altogether of finishing that school or that degree. So that was really tough. And then I also had to move back home, which also took its toll on me, and I had no financial income. Like it was just a mess altogether. Skip forward again 3 months. I don't know why it works in 3 months periods, but it does. I will hit the lowest I had been in about, I think, 15 years, because sadly in June of 2022, my last dog had to be euthanized. And I was so down and so distraught by that, because I had 2 dogs. One of them died a couple of years earlier, and then I lost my last dog in June this year. And they had just been, like, they were what I was fighting for. Like, some people say, like, oh, it's tough, but I have to fight through it for my, like, children or something like that. for me, that was my dogs. So all of a sudden being without dogs, that really took a toll on me. I was so low. I completely isolated myself, and it doesn't sound great, but I think in some sort of way, I sort of gave up on living, like maybe even to the point where I was like, should I go on? I had that mindset for a few weeks right after my dog died. I was very, very low. Okay, so there are two things I want to quickly address here. First of all, I don't want anyone to worry. I am fine. I have good people around me, and I am still seeing the doctors regarding everything, and time has passed, so there is nothing to be worried about at all. And secondly, I know this answer might have sounded stupid to some, because some of you will be like, well, it's just a pet. But for me, there was just more to it than them being dogs, and with everything else that was going on at that time in my life. It was just an accumulation of very bad things happening for me, and I think that's why I reacted the way I did. But as I said, please do not worry about me. So already I had gone from January being the highest to June being my lowest in at least a decade. Skip forward 3 months again. I don't know why.
It's always 3 months.
Yeah. To October. Wait, yeah, it's around 3 months. But in October, yeah, in October, we started working on the new art for the channel to be released here in December. It will have gone out by the time this episode is out, but as we're recording this in November, it's still not out. But we were sort of getting like intros and banners and thumbnail foxes, all that shit. Simply because I feel like the channel is at a place right now where I feel like we have found our flow and we found our stride, and we sort of found our place on YouTube and what this channel is gonna be. And a lot of that came from Danganronpa 2, which we finished in 2022 as well, which is also one of the things that made this year crazy. What a journey we went on. And I feel like doing Danganronpa 2 is where you and I really found our energy and what we were gonna do with this whole YouTube thing. I feel like we found our synergy.
Yeah, and to add to that, I feel like it has brought us way closer as friends.
Absolutely, we've developed a really good friendship, partially due to us working on YouTube together. So that's also a thing from 2022. But as I said, I feel like the content has stepped up a bit. So I wanted to create a channel in terms of art style that reflected that. And I feel like we have found a place of some sort of stability. Not saying that we're not going to improve even further, but I feel like what we are doing right now, at the moment we're recording Danganronpa 3, and I think we are at episode 30 right now in terms of recordings, 31 actually. And when I look at that in editing, I'm just like, it's such a good series. My God. So I'm really proud of that. And I wanted a channel that reflected the step up in content. So I started commissioning banners and logos and thumbnail foxes and shit like that. And in October, due to me commissioning a logo of all fucking things, this absolute angel just drops into my life. But I still don't quite understand it, because it's so out of nowhere, and it was so out of the blue for me. I could understand it if it was like me on Tinder, never having gotten a like, and then all of a sudden getting a like. That would still be I would still not be able to understand that, but at least that would make sense, because I was looking for love and someone else was looking for love. I commissioned a logo on Fiverr. Like, of all fucking things. If you as the viewer want to believe that love will find a way, then holy shit, just look at that. Because Ayana was the one who did our logo, and we started talking over Discord. And that just developed in a way that I hadn't seen and I hadn't dared believe. And I now have a girlfriend.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm not a real gamer anymore. If that's the criteria, you can't have a girlfriend and be a gamer. But
now I am the only gamer on this channel.
Yeah. That was so crazy to me, and I still, it's gonna sound bad, but I still cannot believe that this is actually true, because it is almost too perfect. It's like, I think I told you this, but it's like it was like I described perfection to someone, and then they made her. Especially because of how bad I was feeling at that moment, how dark I was after losing my dog. Then going from being that low to being that high again. I mean, holy shit, my life in 2022 has just been bombshell after bombshell. So
yeah,
my 2022 went from internship, being really sick, losing my dog, to being in a relationship, and she has really put me into shape. Like, she's really got me. I stopped drinking Booster because of her. That's just to say how much she has gotten me to believe in life again, and believe in a future, and work for a future, and sort of take care of myself, because I matter.
You do.
Yeah.
You guys, you seem really happy together, and I'm just like, I know you struggle sometimes with your self-image, but you really do deserve love, and you really do deserve everything good that's happening to you, and I'm just so happy for you.
Oh, thank you so much. But yeah, I did not see that coming. What a fucking nuclear bomb that girl just dropped on my life. Yeah. So that's how my 2022 has been up until at least middle of November when we're recording this. And that's what I mean. That so many of the things that happened just happened out of nowhere. The internship came out of nowhere. I'd stopped believing that I would find some place. Me getting sick came out of nowhere. My dog dying didn't necessarily come out of nowhere, but at least it came rather quickly. So I didn't have time to mentally prepare for it. And then Ayana came out of nowhere. And we had the finishing of Danganronpa 2. That did not come out of nowhere.
That did not come out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's the only thing I feel like during this year that I have actually had some sort of control over it. The rest of it has just sort of been dropped on me, and I just had to deal with it, whether it be good or bad.
I feel like that's how life happens most of the time. You can prepare all you want, but like the stuff that's really gonna hit you is just
absolutely. I agree. Yeah. So how do I hope next year will be different from last year? Just to get back to the question,
right?
I hope I will get a little more control in my life, and maybe a little less roller coastery. Just a little more stability. Not that I don't enjoy the highs, but it's just, it feels like I've been dragged through 2022, and there's been flowers and there's been shards of glass. Maybe I can just walk through 2023.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. Yeah. And I actually feel like this is a good one to close it on. It got a little personal, and I got the story of my past year out, which was really what I wanted with this sort of episode. And I hope you guys got to know the person behind the fox a little bit better. Well, before we end it, let me just jump in one more time here and talk a little about what's up for the channel in the next year. During December, during December this year, we uploaded every day because we had so many episodes lined up and ready that we felt like to get a move on things we had to upload a little more rapidly. that is actually gonna continue into January. So for January, we will still be uploading daily. And then after that, I will sort of take the temperature on everything and see if we should continue this with uploading daily, or if we're gonna go back to the upload schedule that was planned, which is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. I mean, we'll see about that, and I'll let you know. And I will also be looking into possibly streaming. It's not gonna be a lot, but there may be a few times on the channel that I'm gonna be actual live with a game. So there's that too. Maybe not, we'll see. Also, a thing that will be happening in the near future is that I will get back to some of all the games that I had started and never finished. I'm not talking about the ongoing series that we have right now, like Danganronpa 3, Bugsnax, Elden Ring. Those are gonna continue like normally. But rather some of the games I have played earlier and then never got back to. An example could be like Hollow Knight. I just sort of ended that and then never got back to finishing it. I will get back to them and finish them because I don't like having unfinished business on the channel. So they will be finished. Look forward to that. So there you go. Before I let myself and Rela finish up the episode, I want to thank all of you for a wonderful 2022 in terms of YouTube, especially Pickhaver, Kirk and Aaron. Thank you for being here with me on the channel, and thank you to everyone who stopped by during this year. Thank you to my co-host Rela, not just for this game, but for all the games we have played. And lastly, thank you to Ayana. You really, really changed my life. I love you so much. I hope you all have a wonderful New Year's, and I hope to see you in the next year.
Yeah.
So this maybe wasn't so kind of foxed. Maybe this was just kind of wholesome.
Kind of cozy.
Yeah, and I hope you guys out there will have a happy new year and will have a good 2023, if I can say it. And we will see you on the other side with more Danganronpa and more crazy shit.
Yes, and stay safe out there. Don't lose your fingers.
Or eyes. Or mind.
Or eyes or mind.
Yeah.
Keep away from rockets that then fire off, and have a good one, y'all.
Yeah, have a good one. And we will see you in 2023. But until that time, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, 2023, bye!